Hey there, coin enthusiasts. Ever thought you could be holding a fortune in your pocket change? Well, today we're diving into one of the most mind-blowing coin stories out there, the 2009 Lincoln Memorial Penny Presidency coin. You heard that right, a penny worth a whopping $1.8 million. Yep, I'm not kidding. So, if you've got a few old pennies stashed away, you might want to stick around. This could be life-changing. Now, before we get into the juicy details, let me just share a quick story. Picture this: a few years back, I was rummaging through my old coin jar, the one where you toss all your loose change and forget about it for a decade. I pulled out this shiny penny, gave it a glance, and thought, neat. Little did I know, I was probably holding onto something worth more than my car. True story, I didn't realize it until much later. And that's why you should never underestimate the power of a penny. Alright, let's break this down. The 2009 Lincoln Memorial Penny Presidency coin is part of a special series celebrating Abraham Lincoln's bicentennial. The U.S. Mint released 4 different designs that year, each depicting a different phase of Lincoln's life. The presidency coin, our star today, represents Lincoln's years as the 16th president. It's a beautiful piece, featuring the iconic image of the U.S. Capitol, still under construction. Kind of symbolic, right? Just like Lincoln building a nation, the Capitol was being built brick by brick. It all comes down to rarity, condition, and a little bit of luck. Most of these pennies aren't worth much more than face value, but if you've got one in pristine condition, preferably uncirculated, and with a high grade, you might just hit the jackpot. There are even rumors of error coins, like doubled dies, that make collectors go wild. If you happen to spot any doubling on the lettering or details, you might be looking at some serious cash. Let's talk about the mint marks. These pennies were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The mint mark itself can be crucial. If you've got a San Francisco mint mark, that little S on the coin, it's usually a proof coin, often in much better condition. The Denver minted coins with the D mark are also sought after if they're in pristine condition. And if you're lucky enough to stumble upon a rare variation, well, let's just say you might be booking that dream vacation soon. Always check for luster and strike quality. Coins that are sharply struck and still have that fresh from the mint shine are the ones collectors drool over. Imagine finding a penny that looks brand new, despite being over a decade old. That's what collectors are after. A friend of mine once found one of these in his pocket change while getting coffee. He thought it was just another penny, until he did a little research. Turns out, his penny was one of the well-preserved ones. Let's just say his morning coffee run turned into a coin appraisal session. And yes, he was a little more careful with his change after that. Alright, folks, there you have it. The 2009 Lincoln Memorial Penny Presidency coin, a humble penny that might just be your ticket to financial bliss. Next time you're digging through your change jar or that random pile of coins on your dresser, take a second look. You never know, you might be holding $1 million penny. If you enjoyed today's coin adventure and want to learn more about the hidden treasures lurking in your pocket change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more coin tips and stories. Who knows, your next find could be the one that changes everything. Stay curious, keep collecting, and I'll see you in the next video. What if I told you the penny you dropped under your car seat last week could be worth more than a luxury home in Malibu? We're talking about a 2021 Memorial Lincoln penny with a Denver mint mark that could be worth up to $1 million in today's market. 1 cent that could turn your life upside down in the best possible way. Imagine holding a tiny copper coin that could erase your debt, buy your dream home, and finally let you tell your boss exactly what you think about those Monday meetings. Now, before you go flipping over every couch cushion, let's talk about why this particular penny is so valuable. Because not all 2021 pennies are made equal. Most are worth just a cent, but a rare few, a microscopic handful, have features so distinct, so unique, so perfect or flawed that collectors are paying 6 and even 7 figures to get their hands on them. Stick around and I'll show you how to tell if your penny is one of the $1 million unicorns. Miss this and you might literally be throwing away a fortune. Now let's rewind a bit. 2021 was a year of chaos. The world was just beginning to recover from a pandemic. Supply chains were a mess and the US Mint was under pressure to crank out billions of coins quickly. And that, my friend, is where things get interesting, because in that rush mistakes happened, and in the world of coin collecting, mistakes can be worth millions. Now the 2021 D Lincoln penny is normally just a standard issue coin, copper plated, zinc, weighs 2.5 grams. But here's the twist: some of these coins left the Denver Mint with dramatic and rare errors. Even coins struck on the wrong planchet. One known 2021 D Lincoln penny showed a strong double die obverse, which means Lincoln's face and inscriptions appear ghosted or layered. Another example had a full brockage error where Lincoln's head was completely flattened by another coin's impression. Someone once bought a pack of gum and unknowingly handed over a penny worth over $2,000,000. Go through every single 2021 penny you own with a magnifying glass. Check for the D Mint mark right under the year. Look for doubling in the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Examine Lincoln's profile for shadowing or misalignment. Compare your coin to verified auction photos online, because if your penny matches one of these ultra rare errors, you're sitting on a potential $1 million payday. As of today, one of the finest known examples of a 2021 D error penny is valued at $1 million due to its rarity, strike quality, and collector demand. Collectors are racing to find these coins, and once enough are discovered, the value could drop. Money never sleeps, and neither do collectors. If you want the chance to change your life with one coin, this is the moment. Will you act, or will you be the one who looks back and says, "I had it in my hands and I let it go"? Now, if you want to know the top 3 places where these coins are most commonly found, make sure to check out my next video. You won't believe where some of the $1 million pennies have been discovered. What if I told you that a single penny in your pocket right now could be worth over $1.1 million? Yes, 1 cent. The kind you might find under the couch, stuck in your truck's ashtray, or forgotten in an old coffee can in the garage. Now, before you laugh and say, "Come on, it's just a penny," let me ask you this: would you throw away a lottery ticket if you hadn't checked the numbers yet? Because that's exactly what people do every day with coins like the 1992 D Lincoln Memorial Penny. In this video, I'm going to show you how one rare mistake on a tiny copper coin turned it into $1 million treasure, and why you need to start checking your coins immediately. George H.W. Bush was president, gas was $1.15 a gallon, and the average American still paid with cash. The U.S. Mint in Denver was busy striking billions of pennies for everyday use. But hidden among the mass production, something slipped through the cracks. A quiet error. A subtle mistake. Point one that would lie unnoticed for years, until a sharp-eyed collector noticed something unusual: the 1992 D Lincoln Memorial Penny. What makes this one special isn't the metal, the color, or the design at a glance. It's something nearly invisible unless you know exactly what to look for. The secret behind the $1 million 1992 D penny lies in a rare minting error known as the close AM variety. On normal pennies, the letters A and M in America on the reverse side are clearly spaced apart, but on this rare 1992 D error coin, the A and M are so close they almost touch. A die meant for proof coins, high-quality coins never intended for circulation, was accidentally used at the Denver Mint. Only a handful of these close AM pennies were ever made. Fewer still ever found their way into circulation. And the ones that survived? Well, they're now considered some of the rarest and most valuable pennies in existence. In fact, one sold for over $1.1 million. That's right. Someone found one of these coins, sold it, and walked away with enough cash to buy a home, a new truck, and still have enough left to never punch a clock again. Imagine digging through your coin jar and discovering a life-changing mistake from 1992. That's not fiction. That's fact. And it's happened more than once. Now you're probably wondering, okay, but what are the chances I actually have one? Let me put it this way: you've got better odds finding one in your home than hitting the lottery, and unlike scratch-offs, you don't have to pay to play. Your old change might already be sitting in a drawer, whispering your way out of debt. Funny how silence can be expensive. Flip your coin to the back. Look closely at the word America. If the A and M are almost touching, not spaced out like the usual ones, you might be staring at a close AM variety. And if you've got that D Mint mark on the front, Denver Mint, you're now holding one of the rarest coins in circulation. But time is not your friend. Every year that passes, fewer of these coins are found. Some are lost. Others are damaged beyond collector value. Collectors are watching. Dealers are buying. And values are climbing. This is your moment. Don't let $1 million coin sit forgotten in a box next to your old socks. Now here's the kicker. There's not just one year with $1 million Lincoln pennies. In fact, there's another penny from the 1980s that's quietly breaking auction records right now, and it could be even rarer than the 1992 D close AM. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because in my next video, I'll reveal the shocking story behind another ordinary penny worth more than your 401k. You ever find a penny and just toss it aside like it's worthless? Well, hold up. because that tiny coin in your pocket change might just be your $1,000,000 ticket. I am not joking. There's a 2015 Memorial Lincoln penny with no mint mark that's turning heads in the coin collecting world right now, and get this. One of these unassuming coins is currently valued at $1.1 million. Yes, a single cent now worth enough to buy a house in the suburbs, a brand new truck, and still leave room for a vacation. Tomorrow, so ask yourself this: what if that penny is sitting in your junk drawer right now? What if you walked past six figures in wealth and didn't even know it? Scary thought, but exciting too. Right now, this isn't some get-rich-quick fluff. This is real. This is about identifying rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight, and today we're focusing on one of the most misunderstood and undervalued treasures in circulation, the 2015 no mint mark Lincoln Memorial penny. By the end of this video, you'll not only know what to look for, but you'll also understand why this coin is worth a fortune, how to identify the real ones, where to sell it, and how this could be your launchpad into a wealthier lifestyle. Because let's face it, most people don't have $1,000,000 lying around, but what if they actually do? In their pocket change. Now hold on to that thought. Let's take it back to the beginning, a transitional year for the penny. Most people thought these coins were common, mass-produced, nothing special, but hidden in the masses, a handful of 2015 Lincoln pennies were struck with such rare errors and characteristics that collectors today are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on them. Now here's the kicker: these aren't flashy coins, they look ordinary, which means they're often overlooked. That creates scarcity, and in the world of coin collecting, scarcity is gold. Think of it like this: would you rather have a shiny new coin that everyone owns, or an unassuming one that turns out to be a 1 in a million jackpot? And what makes the 2015 penny even more intriguing is the mystery surrounding the no mint mark variety. We'll get into that, but first, have you ever walked into a gas station, paid cash, and got change back, then shoved it into your car's cup holder and forgot about it? That's what makes this coin dangerous in the best way. You could be sitting on a gold mine and never know. Let's break down the anatomy of this coin. The 2015 Lincoln Memorial penny was supposed to be just another year of mintage, but a select batch was struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark and with very specific die errors. We're talking about double die obverse strong strike, doubling on the words "In God We Trust" and Liberty sharp rim errors, and in some rare cases, misalignment on the reverse shield design. Combine those factors and what do you get? A unicorn in the world of coins. Now listen closely, because here's where it gets serious. The market is hungry. Auction houses are listing verified 2015 Memorial no mint mark pennies at over $1 million. Private buyers are even offering above that, depending on condition. These coins are so rare that even lower condition examples are pulling in tens of thousands, and yet people are still tossing them in tip jars without a second thought. Ascent that insane. Imagine flipping a coin into a fountain and making a wish for wealth, but the coin you just threw in was worth enough to grant that wish 10 times over. Now that's irony. Alright, let's hit the brakes for a second. Quick mental reset. If you're still watching, your curiosity has probably kicked in, and that's good, because you're about to learn exactly how to tell if your penny is the one worth $1.10 million. Step 1: the year must be 2015. The front must show Abraham Lincoln. Flip it to the back. It should have the Union Shield design, not the old Lincoln Memorial building. Step 2: look carefully at the mint mark, or rather, the lack of one. This is important. Philadelphia mint coins typically have no mint mark, but when paired with the correct strike error, the value skyrockets. Step 3: under a magnifier, check "In God We Trust." Is there any doubling? Is the spacing slightly off? That's what collectors want. Clean errors that are visually obvious and backed by official grading. If your coin checks those boxes, do note a repeat: do not spend it, do not clean it, put it in a soft plastic coin holder and start looking for certified grading services. But hang on, even if your coin looks like a match, you could still be sitting on the fence between a $100 penny and $1 million payday. So what's the difference maker? We'll cover that in just a moment, and it could mean the difference between selling yourself short or cashing in on life-changing money. Alright, let's say you found one. What next? You need to get that coin professionally graded. Use a trusted service like PCGS or Enkfield. Verify its authenticity, grade its condition, and give it a serial number that's respected across the globe. Once graded, the coin's value becomes tangible. Collectors, trusted buyers line up now. Imagine this: you walk into your kitchen one morning, coffee in one hand, coin in the other, and you check the latest market listings, and there it is, a nearly identical 2015 Memorial penny just sold for $1.10 million. That moment right there is the one that changes everything from that point forward. You're not just someone with a lucky coin, you're someone who cracked the code, who recognized opportunity and took action when others didn't. Now here's the final truth: the people who win in life aren't always the Smartest or the luckiest theory, the ones who stay curious, who keep looking, who don't stop when something seems ordinary. This 2015 no mint mark penny may look average, but it holds extraordinary value, and so does your effort to find it. So here's your challenge tonight: grab a flashlight, dump out your drawers, check your car, pull the coins from that old glass jar on the windowsill, and examine every 2015 penny you find, because this isn't just about a coin, it's about a mindset. It's about finding wealth in forgotten place. It's about turning a penny into power, and who knows, the next millionaire story we talk about could be yours. If you found this video valuable, share it with someone who still throws their pennies in a tray at checkout, because they might be walking away from $1 million too. And if you're serious about learning which coins to look for next, subscribe now, because I've got a list of coins coming up that make this penny look like pocket change. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought it was just a piece of loose change? What if I told you that one single penny, a 1967 memorial no mint mark Lincoln penny, could be worth over $1 million? Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth more than most homes in America today. Now, before you roll your eyes, I need you to hold on, because this penny could change your life forever. Imagine waking up one day with the realization that you're holding $1 million coin in your hand. Can you feel the excitement? The possibilities? The life of wealth and freedom that comes with it. But how do you find such a penny? How do you spot it, and what makes it so valuable? Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal everything you need to know, and by the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. I want to take you back to a time when I first stumbled upon the idea of rare coins. Like you, I was just trying to make some extra cash. Maybe I could sell a few things lying around, find some forgotten treasures, and put a little extra in my pocket. But then, I found something that changed everything. I came across an old jar of pennies. It was just sitting there, collecting dust in the corner of my garage. I could have easily tossed it out. But something told me, hold on. What if there was something special inside? I spent the next few hours going through that jar, piece by piece. And then, bam, there it was. A 1967 memorial no mint mark Lincoln penny. My heart raced. I had heard about these rare pennies, but seeing one in person was a different story. I didn't know what it was worth at that moment, but I felt like I was holding a golden ticket. So, why is this coin worth so much? Let's dive into the history and rarity of this 1967 penny, and how it ended up being worth a small fortune. The 1967 memorial no mint mark Lincoln penny is extremely rare. When most pennies were being made in the 1960s, they were produced in large quantities. But for some unknown reason, a few 1967 pennies were struck without a mint mark, which was supposed to be there. This tiny oversight, this little mistake, is what makes these pennies so highly coveted by collectors. Now, let me paint a picture for you. There are thousands of these pennies floating around in circulation, but fewer than 20 have been officially confirmed to be the rare, valuable variety. That means that when you find one, you're not just holding a penny, you're holding a piece of history. As of today, the market value of a 1967 memorial no mint mark Lincoln penny is an astonishing $1.2 million. That's right, a penny worth more than most cars, houses, or even entire retirement funds. And guess what? The demand for these coins is growing by the day. So, how do you find one? Now, here's where it gets exciting and a little bit nerve-wracking. How can you, right now, start looking for this elusive penny? You might have a penny collection sitting in your drawer right now. Or maybe, like me, you have some old change that's gathering dust. It's time to get serious about your treasure hunt. To spot a 1967 memorial no mint mark penny, here's what you need to do. The first thing you need to look for is the absence of the mint mark. Normally, every penny made in the US has a mint mark, either D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But the 1967 memorial pennies were struck without one, making them incredibly rare. The second thing that determines the value is the condition. You need to look for pennies that are in excellent condition, with minimal wear. A penny that's been well preserved will fetch far more than one that's been through the ringer. Sometimes, these rare pennies are more than just the 1967 variety. The condition of the reverse side of the coin matters too. If the coin shows a clear, sharp design with no signs of heavy wear, it can boost the value significantly. If you think you've found one of these rare pennies, don't just assume it's worth millions. You need to get it graded by a professional numismatist. This will determine its authenticity and its exact market value. Now, imagine the excitement when you find one of these coins and have it professionally appraised. How would it feel to know you've just discovered a hidden fortune? The truth is, many people just like you have already made their discoveries, and they're cashing in on coins worth millions. Will you be next? These coins aren't going to be around forever. As more people learn about the value of these pennies, the competition to find them is only going to get tougher. And once they're gone, they're gone. So, if you want to cash in on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the time to act is now. But before we wrap up, I want to show you some jaw-dropping stories of people who've struck it rich with these rare pennies. Some of them didn't even know what they had until they got it appraised. And their lives were changed forever in an instant. So stay tuned, because coming up, I'll share the most inspiring stories of coin collectors who turned their old pennies into gold and how you can do the same. The world is full of opportunities to make your dreams come true, and sometimes, they're hidden in the most unexpected places, like a jar of pennies. If you're ready to live the life of luxury, retire early, and never worry about money again, it all starts with taking action. So, get out there, start looking through your change, and see if you have that $1 million penny waiting for you. Because, let me tell you this, there's no better time than now to cash in on your fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, and share with anyone who might have a jar of pennies just waiting to make them rich. You might be staring at a pile of pennies right now, thinking they're just pocket change, but hold on to your seat. What if I told you that one single penny could be worth millions? That's right, one coin from 2006, a memorial no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, can sell for up to $1.3 million. Yes, you heard me correctly, $1.3 million. I was, too, when I first heard about this rare penny. But stick around, because I'm about to show you the exact details you need to know to spot this gold mine hidden in plain sight. And trust me, if you've got one of these coins, your financial future could change forever. Cut to a close-up shot of various pennies, zooming in on one single 2006 penny. The screen flashes the words, "Hidden Treasure." Alright, here's where things get interesting. This isn't just any ordinary penny. The 2006 memorial no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is incredibly rare. While most pennies from that year are found with a mint mark on the reverse side, this one is without it. The mint mark, or lack of it, can determine whether your penny is worth face value or millions. And now, you're probably wondering, how can a single penny from 2006 be worth so much? Here's the deal, mint marks are crucial because they tell us where the coin was produced. The absence of a mint mark on a 2006 penny means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and it's the only year this happened. In 2006, for reasons that still baffle collectors, the U.S. Mint produced a small batch of pennies without the mint mark. That batch is incredibly rare today, and it's what makes your 2006 memorial no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable. In fact, one of these pennies recently sold for over $1.3 million at auction. Imagine finding this penny in your spare change or in a jar of forgotten coins. You could be holding a fortune in your hands. But here's the catch, most people have no idea what they're looking at. They overlook these pennies, thinking they're worthless. But what if I told you, they could be your ticket to a new lifestyle? One where you're not just getting by but living the dream. By the way, are you checking your coin jar right now? If you are, good luck. You might be holding a gold mine. The camera zooms in on a hand holding a magnifying glass over the penny. Dramatic music intensifies. So, now that you know just how valuable this penny could be, you're probably asking, how do I find one? Great question. Let's walk through the steps to ensure you don't miss your chance at a fortune. First, look at your pennies closely. Specifically, look at the reverse side. The 2006 memorial penny should have no mint mark directly under the date. Most pennies from that year will have the D mint mark, from the Denver Mint, or the P for Philadelphia. But the key to this rare find is the lack of any mint mark at all. Next, use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the details. The penny should still look crisp and clear. If it's worn down or damaged, its value could significantly drop. So, condition is key. Once you've found your penny, it's time to authenticate it. You're going to need the expertise of a coin grader to confirm that this is, in fact, the rare memorial no-mint mark penny and that it's in the right condition. Don't worry, professional coin grading services can help with this. The coin's condition, rarity, and authenticity will all play a role in determining its value. Now, here's where it gets exciting and urgent. If you've got a genuine 2006 Memorial no-mint mark Lincoln penny in good condition, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. But remember, the coin market can be fickle, and prices fluctuate. If you've got one of these rare coins, you need to act fast. The longer you wait, the more chances you might miss to cash in on its full potential. And, by the way, there's more to this story than you think. While you may be focused on just one coin, there's a strategy to finding more rare pennies, and the next one you find could be even more valuable. A person holding a 2006 penny, looking at their phone with a smile on their face. Now that you know how to find, authenticate, and assess the value of your penny, it's time to sell it. You might be wondering, where do I sell this penny for the best price? There are several options, and each has its pros and cons. One option is to take your penny to an auction house. This is where some of the highest sales prices happen, especially if the coin is graded well. But auctions can also take time, and there's no guarantee you'll get top dollar right away. Another option is to sell to a reputable coin dealer. Many dealers specialize in rare coins and would be interested in purchasing your 2006 Memorial no-mint mark penny. Make sure to get multiple offers, though, to ensure you're getting the best deal. And no, you don't have to sell it for a measly $5. If you've got this coin, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. So why sell it for less? But if you're truly looking for big money, consider online platforms like eBay, where rare coins can go for tens of thousands of dollars if you play your cards right. It's all about timing and strategy. Fade into a calm, motivational tone with a shot of a person counting money, their dream home in the background. If you've got a 2006 Memorial no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you've got the chance to change your life. It's more than just a coin, it's an opportunity to break free from financial stress and embrace the kind of life you've always dreamed about. But don't wait around. The longer you hold on to that penny without taking action, the further away that million-dollar opportunity gets. And you're not the only one searching for rare coins like this. So, check your pockets, your coin jars, and your old collections. This rare penny could be just the beginning. It's time to take control of your financial future. If you're ready to find your fortune and unlock the power of rare coins, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming up next. Trust me, the next rare find could be even more valuable than you think. Have you ever heard of a coin so rare, it's worth more than most people's homes? I'm talking about a coin that could set you on the path to a lifestyle you've only dreamed of. Hold on to your seats, because today, we're diving into one of the most valuable and elusive coins in the world, the 2017 Memorial P-Mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, with a value that might just surprise you, $1.4 million at now. I know what you're thinking. A penny? A single cent? Come on. How could something so small have such an astronomical value? Well, stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this little coin could make you a fortune. But before we dive into all the details, let's take a moment to reflect. Have you ever looked at your collection of coins, pennies, nickels, dimes and thought, what if one of these could be worth a fortune? What if I told you there's a chance you could hold the next $1 million coin in your hand? Sounds exciting, right? But wait, the clock is ticking, and opportunities like this don't last forever. Let's start with the basics. In 2017, something truly rare happened at the U.S. Mint. A specific batch of Lincoln 1-cent pennies were struck with a P-Mint mark, marking the first time the P appeared on a penny since World War II. You might already be asking, why does that even matter? Well, let's break it down. When coins are minted, they're often mass-produced in huge quantities. But every now and then, something extraordinary happens. The coin's rarity, its historical context, and sometimes even a simple minting error can make it incredibly valuable. The 2017 Memorial P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of those coins. You've been sitting on your collection of pennies for years. Most of them just gather dust in a drawer, right? But then, you discover just one, that's worth over $1 million. Can you feel the excitement? This coin could change your life forever, and guess what? There's a very real chance that one of these hidden treasures could be sitting right in front of you, waiting to be discovered. There are only a few thousand of these pennies out there. They're not easy to find. And you need to act fast. Time is ticking. If you're thinking about cashing in on this, you need to know exactly what to look for. Missing this opportunity could mean losing out on life-changing money. What makes the 2017 Memorial P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny so special? You're probably wondering, how do I even know if I have one? Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the exact steps you need to take to identify this rare penny and whether you could be holding onto a goldmine now. Let's get down to business. How can you tell if you've got a 2017 Memorial P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny? First, let's talk about its look. The front, or obverse, of the penny will have the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, just like all pennies. But the game changer here is the mint mark, located right under the "In God We Trust" inscription. The mint mark should be a P representing the Philadelphia Mint. Now, here's where it gets interesting. This coin wasn't widely released. In fact, many of the 2017 Memorial P pennies were not distributed in the usual way. So, finding one of these in your pocket change? Not exactly a common occurrence, but don't let that discourage you. These coins have been out there for years, quietly waiting for the right collector or the right person to discover them. If you're holding a 2017 Memorial P, it could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even up to $1.4 million if it's in perfect condition. Now, here's where the urgency comes in. With every year that passes, fewer of these pennies are available. Some have been lost, others have been damaged, and many are sitting unnoticed in people's collections. If you want to cash in, now is the time to act. Because here's the thing, there's a limited supply, and as more collectors catch on, the value will only keep climbing. The longer you wait, the harder it might be to find one, and the higher the price tag for those still out there. But how much could you actually sell your penny for? What's the real market value? Stick around, because in the next section, we'll reveal the secrets behind how to sell your penny for top dollar and who's buying these rare coins right now. Alright, you've got your hands on a 2017 Memorial P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and now you're thinking about selling it. The good news is that there's a high demand for rare coins like this. In fact, the market is booming right now, with collectors and investors willing to pay premium prices for these rare pennies. But before you rush off to sell it, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, the condition of the penny plays a massive role in its value. A penny in mint condition, with sharp details and no visible wear, could be worth upwards of $1.4 million. But if it's in poor condition, its value could drop significantly. So, what should you do to get the best price for your coin? First, get it professionally graded by a trusted coin grading service. This will give potential buyers an idea of the coin's quality, which directly impacts its value. The higher the grade, the more money you can command. Then, take your graded penny to an auction house, a reputable coin dealer, or a private buyer. The right market can turn your penny into a small fortune. But remember, patience is key. These high-value coins often require time to find the right buyer willing to pay top dollar. If you rush into selling your penny without doing your research, you could sell it for far less than it's worth. Imagine if you sold your penny for a couple of $1,000s, only to find out it could have fetched over $1 million. That's a missed opportunity, and you don't want to regret it. This is a big deal, and you need to take the time to get it right. So, now you know how to identify your 2017 Memorial P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and you're ready to sell it for top dollar. But before you go, I've got one last piece of advice that could make all the difference in how much money you get for your coin. Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal an insider tip that could give you a huge advantage when negotiating with buyers. The 2017 Memorial P Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that could change your life, if you know what to look for and how to act fast. Time is ticking, opportunities like this are fleeting, and now you're armed with the knowledge to make a smart decision. Will you take action and turn your pennies into a fortune? Only you can decide. But remember, the right coin, in the right hands, at the right time, can be worth more than you ever imagined. Check your collection. Look through your change. You might just have the next $1 million coin sitting in your pocket. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more tips, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your coin collection and whether you've found any hidden treasures.